Here's what 2-6 looks like. It says solve the system. We've been solving systems of equations. Ready, Loy? Ready, LeBeau? By doing substitution and elimination. Now I'm going to have us graph them. And we know how to graph these. What is x equals 0 going to look like? Horizontal or vertical? X equals 0, Vux, is greater than or equal to 0. So if I've got a vertical line, would I make it solid or dashed? Solid. So I'm going to do a vertical line at 0. And then we've got to shade, you guys. And if I were you, I would not be going crazy shading because we have to shade 3 different equations and we're curious where those 3 overlap. So what I think helps me is I'm like, ooh, I would shade this way. I kind of just do little arrows to let myself know. I would shade that way because I'm trying to look for this confined region. What's y is greater than or equal to 0 going to look like? Horizontal line. And then shade which way? Up or down? Greater than or equal to 0? Up. So I'm just going to say, all right, I'm going to shade up that way then. So I just think by the time we shade 3 different things, it's going to get a little complicated. Lastly, in order to solve this one, or to graph this one, let's go put it in y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to move that 2x over, and I'm going to make sure I say minus 2x plus 4. Then I'm going to go up 4. And a slope of negative 2. And I'm going to make it solid. It's a terribly windy line. And where would I shade that one if I was talking less than? Yeah, under it, below it. I love how you said that. And if you're like still struggling with that, you could just say, oh, I'm going to use 0, 0. Is 0 less than 4? And it is. So I would shade below it. What's the region, would you say, that would be shaded in then? At this little triangle. So you guys, we're really going to shade in this region here. I said, what is a possible solution? So that's just, what's a point that I did shade in? What's a point? 1, 1. What if I said 1, 2, which is right here? That would also work because it was a solid line, right? But 1, 1. What about, what's not a solution? What's a point that's not going to be shaded in? 4 or 5, sure. Anything out here, not going to be a solution. Good job, Steph. And then this is prepping us for 2, 7. The region is a triangle whose vertices are at points blank, blank, and blank. Where are my vertices of my triangle? And I'm going to put them in pink for you so that you know what I'm talking about. It's like my corners. What are the corners of that triangle? What are those 3 points? Whoa, that was fast. 0, 4, agreed. Then you said 0, 0, agreed. And then you said 2, 0. Well, so this is to prep for 2, 7. Here we go. Let's try one more time. We got these 4 equations this time. Whoa. Let's go graph this one. What would I need to do first? Y is going to be less than or equal to, thanks, she added x to both sides. And I'm going to graph it. And thankfully, all these lines are solid. All right, you guys, let's go. Which way would I shade this one? Less than. Do I want to shade it above it or below it? Below. So I'm just going to say I would shade below this guy. I'm not really going to shade because I don't know what this is going to look like yet. Y is greater than or equal to 0. What's that one looking like? Careful. Hoy.
Oh, wait. No.
You got it. Horizontal line. And then if we're greater than 0, I'm going to shade above it. Ooh, what the heck does this mean, you guys? It's a lot going on here. My x is going to be what to 0, and my x is also going to be what to 5? Yeah, my x has to be less than or equal to 5, but it also has to be what to 0? Yeah, if I rewrite it with that x first, I now have 2 vertical lines. I'm going to put these in black. I've got a vertical line at 0, and I also have a vertical line at 5. And if I've got to be bigger than 0 but less than 5, would I shade in between them? Bigger than 0 means I'm going to the right. Less than 5 means I'm going to the left. Have we graphed this one yet? Not yet. What do I have to do? My y would be less than or equal to, I'm going to put this one in red. Now I'm going to put in blue. Y would be less than or equal to negative x plus 6. So when I go up 6 and my slope is negative 1, and again, we're solid lines. And we've got to be less than. Less than means under, beneath. So where are all your little arrows pointing? It is this little funky shape. I'm actually going to highlight. It's actually like a pentagon, isn't it? It's got 5 sides. Careful on the right side. It looks like a house, but it's a little skewed on that right-hand side. It's a 5-sided thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Give me a possible solution. 2, 2. Boop. That's in the shaded region. Not possible solution. 5, 5 is outside. I'm fine with that. Okay, then it says region of the pentagon whose vertices are at what points? Again, I'm going to highlight them in pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to use those tomorrow. What are those points? 0, 0. We got the origin. 0, 2. 2, 4. 5, 1, and 5, 0. You got it. This is, again, that for tomorrow. This equation will always be given to you, you guys, and we got to go plug in our points to find the max and the min. And again, this goes into tomorrow because we're going to talk word problems and companies like making the maximum amount of money and spending the minimum amounts. So all you got to do is they're going to give you this equation. We got to plug in the points and see which one gives us the maximum versus the minimum value. So I'm going to say, what is f of 0, 0? I got this 0, 0 right here. Boop. And I'm going to plug in 0, 0 into this point here. 0 for x and 0 for y. So we got 5 times 0 minus 3 times 0. What are we getting for that? 0. Might be the smallest amount. I don't know. The next point I'm going to try is 0, 2. And again, I got this point from right here. And I'm plugging in 0 for my x and 2 to my y right here. So I'd have 5 times 0 minus 3 times 2. What's that one getting me? Y'all. -6. I'm going to plug in my next point, which was 2, 4. 5 times 2 minus 3 times 4. -2. My next point was 5, 1. 5 times 5 minus 3 times 1. 22. 25 minus 3, agreed. And my last one, which color have I not used yet? We got 5, 0. I'm plugging in a 5 for my x and a 0 for my y. Then it says find the maximum and the minimum values. Which one of these was the highest, biggest value? 25, right? So we're going to just say right next to that one, maximum. Which one would be the minimum then? The 0, 2, she says, the -6. Agreed. Here we go. So let's go get my y equals mx plus b here. Divide by 4. What would my y be less than or equal to? How would I say that slope? Yeah, that's how I'd say it. -1/4 x plus 12 over 4, 3. I'm going to go graph that. Up 3. Slope is down 1 over 4. Solid line. And it's less than, so I'm going to shade underneath. I'm just going to put some arrows saying I'm going this way. Then let's go get this next one, y by itself. I'm going to subtract 3x. And then when I divide by -2, we got to be careful. What happens when we divide by -2? Yeah, you got to make that inequality flip signs. I'm going to write that a little bit more clearly. When I divide by -2, I'm going to go, whoosh, my y is going to be flipped, less than or equal to. What would my slope be? 3 has x plus 3? Up 3 over 2, up 3 over 2, down 3 over 2, down 3 over 2. Solid line. Less than. This next one I'm going to do in black. I'm just going to move that x over so it's -x minus 2. -x Okay, when I do that and I got a shade greater than, greater is always going to be above. Or you could pick a point to help yourself figure it out. And then I'm going to go get my y by itself on this final one. Sheesh. Here we go. Final one. I got negative y is less than or equal to negative 3x plus 10 if I moved that 3x over. Divide by negative 1. And I can't forget to flip my sign whenever I divide by a negative. And I got 3x minus 10. Let me know if you disagree with that. 3x minus 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up 3 over 1. I should do this in blue because I don't have a blue one yet. Greater than. Greater means above. Where the heck are all these little arrows pointing? What shape would you call that?
Like a kite.
Like a kite. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a kite. Boop, boop. I'm seeing that kite. Boop. What are those? What's a possible solution? What's in the shaded region? 1, 1, 0, 0, anything like that. 1, 1, I dig it. Not in the shaded area. 5, 5, okay. All right. Now, it says it's a quadrilateral because it's got 4 points. You guys, we got to go list. What are those vertices? 0, 3. I dig that. Negative 2, 0. I'm down with that. 4, 2. Yep. And 2, negative 4. Okay. Max and mins. You guys, we got to plug these 4 points into this equation. Again, this equation is always going to be given to you. And so I'm just going to say, all right, the first point, 0, 3. If I plug a 0 in for x and a 3 for y, 0 minus 3 is negative 3 plus 2. Did you guys get negative 1? 0 minus 3 plus 2 is negative 1. Then I'm going to say negative 2, 0. And I'm going to do it, and maybe we see if we match up. 4 minus 2. Whoa. And then lastly, I've got 2, negative 4, 2. See if you agree with me. My max. Max is my 8. Min is, yeah, negative 1. Last thing, what about this? How are we graphing this guy? I already gave it to you in slope-intercept form. So we can just go, my slope is up 3. My point is, my y-intercept is 3. My slope is 1. Ooh, dash, dash, dash. We're back to dash lines. That's annoying. Greater than. Greater than is always going to be above. Why did I actually shade that in? Because I already looked ahead and I saw that these are parallel. Another dash line. They're parallel, and I've got to shade less than the second one. Less means below. So how many solutions would we have? None.